Ok. À, em tên là Vinh đúng không?
Đúng rồi ạ.
Ok. Ok. Em đang ở Việt Nam hay là ở bên Mỹ? Tại vì hôm qua thấy em nhắn là mới dậy.
Đang ở bên Mỹ chị ạ.
Ok. Sắp tới em phỏng vấn công ty nào?
Em thì vẫn đang được các anh support để vẫn chưa có interview ạ.
À,
Nhưng mà chắc anh
ừ,
muốn mock trước để xem em như nào.
ok ok. Thế chị sẽ hỏi em theo kiểu kiểu một cái pattern của đại loại là Facebook hoặc là Google ha. Tại vì chị cũng biết cái kiểu cái kiểu là chị chỉ biết cái sườn của mấy công ty đó thôi, nhưng mà chị thấy mấy big tech bên Mỹ thì thường thường là the same, kiểu giống như là à, thường là nó sẽ hỏi hai câu trong vòng 45 phút, rồi cái câu hỏi thì nó sẽ rơi vào khoảng medium to hard. Nó chỉ thấy là nó ít khi hỏi hard lắm, nó hỏi là medium hoặc là medium hard thôi, nó không đến nỗi hard. Ok, thì em Nghĩ gì? Ok, em hay code ở bằng cái nào? Code path hay là lead code, code path?
Em hay code bằng lead code ạ.
Ờ, Vậy em tạo một cái link đi, rồi em share với chị, với lại em share màn hình. Tại vì chị nghĩ là anh Lâm đang record, thì anh Lâm muốn coi màn hình lead code đó.
Dạ vâng. Thế bây
Ừ,
giờ
ừ.
là em vào ờ, để- em vào em tạo một cái lead code interview đúng
Ừ,
không chị?
ừ, ừ. Yes. Rồi sau đó em share với bên chị.
Ok. Dạ, em vừa gửi vào trong chat rồi ạ.
Ok, chị thấy rồi. Ừ, ừ. Thì có gì em share màn hình ha, để 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 cái record nó thấy cái trang
Dạ.
list của. Ừ, ừ.
Yêu nhìn thấy em đang share màn hình không ạ?
Có. Ok, em vào cái code lab đi rồi mình bắt đầu luôn ha.
Dạ.
Ừ, ừ. Chị thấy em đang share màn hình nhưng mà hình như em chưa vào cái code lab, nó đang nằm ở cái trang list code interview. Ok. Ok. à, để chị start luôn. Ừ, ok, rồi mình start luôn ha.
Dạ.
Ok, hello Vinh, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Mhm. Yeah, I'm good too. Thank you. Thanks for joining the interview. And my name is Lam. Currently, I'm software engineer at Facebook. And so the format of today's interview is we're gonna have about 45 minutes for the coding sessions. And I'm gonna give you two questions. I will let you know if we are running out of times or we have to speed things up. And during the interview, if you have any questions about the problem, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to re-explain it. Mhm.
Okay.
And let's start with the first question. I will give you the, by the way, I saw you selected Python 3. Is it the language that you're familiar with?
Yes, I want to use Python to code up.
Oh, okay, perfect. So your first problem would be, okay, maybe see the statement. So you are given a string and your task is return the length of the longest substring without repeating characters.
Oh, given a string or length of the longest.
Okay, to make it easy, I can give you some example. But so the first example, you can see the A, B, C, E, the only string which have no repeating characters, and the length is 3. For the second string, because all the characters are the same, so the answer would be 1. And for the last one, WKE is the longest substring that have no repeating characters.
Okay. Um, okay. So just to make sure a substring. So for example, let's take the first string in the first example you give me. This one. Wait. And the substring of this would be so we need to maintain the order of the string. For example, like a substring of this string would be A, B, C, and not A, B, A, right? Because
Yeah.
we skip.
Yeah, it should be continuous. The substring should be
Okay.
continuous.
So and we need to find the longest length of continuous substring with the repeating characters.
Yes.
Okay.
For example, like for the first string, you can bring out CAB or BCA. But like because we only need the length, so in all the case, the length is only 3.
Okay. And let me ask you what the constraints of the string gonna be. Like, can it be an empty string, or how big can the string get to? Wait, I'm sorry.
Yes. Sorry for the noise. So yeah, it can be an empty string, and I think in that case the length should be 0 because no character in the string. And about the maximum length, I think you can consider to solve it as like as long as you can.
Okay, so first thing that came to my mind, we need to find substring without repeating characters, so we can have like a hash, no, a set when we iterate through the array, a string, the string, and um, each step we add the the character to the set. If it's not in the set initially, and So A, B, C. Okay, set. Can you give me 30 seconds so I can
Yeah, sure,
uh
sure. Take your time.
hmm.
Okay, can you consider like checking on the substring of
It,
the input string and check if there's repeating character in the substring?
um so yeah, so a brute force way would be checking all the substring that can be generated from the original string and um find the length of the longest substring. Uh but I'm kind of thinking of another way because the s- the string that we need the substrings that we need to find must be contiguous. So I think we can um I think we can have like a window of and we can track the window's length um and if we iterate through all the characters in the input string, and if we find a character that we already seen before, then we can um no, that cannot work because we have ABC. Hmm. Okay, so Okay, I cannot right now. I cannot think of a better solution than
Mm.
a brute force way. So
Oh yeah, no problems. Can you implement the proof of way? So
okay, so we need to find all the substrings without repeating characters in the input string. So first we can iterate through the string. So let's say the string is s, and um, okay. So we start at the first character, and then we find all substring in the subsequent characters without repeating characters. Um, so we need a set to check whether we have seen this element before. So I'm gonna set a set to be seen, and we're gonna check if this in scene, and we can if the character are in the set, then we cannot find. So for example, if we so let's say this example a b c, we go through each character. A originally not in the set, so we add a, moving on b and c, and now we are at a, which is an element that we have seen before. um we cannot, so a b c b, it's not a substring, so we are not gonna consider it. So if an element is already in the set, then we can
okay. So how can you check? So I think you're trying to check like the substring from I to J. There's any repeating character in that substring. Is that correct?
yes.
Yes.
uh
So I confused here why you check only SJ in scene. I think you need to check like from I to J, and you need to count like for example, if you can't you can consider all character are lowercase, lowercase alphabet character. So you have 26 characters, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how can you check from I to J? There's no repeating characters.
If there's no repeating characters, then so there are at most 26
Mhm.
characters, and Mhm.
Okay. I think the problem we can move to the second questions and we can discuss the first problem later after we finish the mock interview. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So don't worry about it. So the second problem I can give you like you are given a binary tree. Do you know the definition of binary tree?
Yes, a binary tree is uh where each of its node has at most two children, right?
Yes, correct. So and do you know the depth of binary tree?
The
So
depth.
I would like to bring the maximum depth.
So you want me to find, given a binary tree, you want me to find the depth of
Mm-hmm.
that binary tree. So
Yes.
the definition of the depth of the binary tree, can you give me the definition of the depth?
Yeah, so this is the example. So like for example, this binary tree. So when you travel from the root to the left, this is the left node, and the depth of the binary tree, for example, from the root to this node, there's 5. So the
Um,
depth would be
I'm
5.
sorry
So the
to I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you drawing on somewhere? I
mm, oh I okay, you don't see me. Let me
No,
refresh.
I I I still don't see anything. Oh,
Okay,
okay.
sorry.
I-
Sorry. Yeah. So for example, this one, so the root in number 6. So you don't need to worry about the value. So from the root node to the last number 9. So the depth would be 5. From 6 to 7, the depth is 5. From 6 to 1, the depth is 1. So I would like to return you to return the maximum depth. So it would be 5.
So in this binary tree, the maximum depth would be from the root node 6, 3,
Yeah,
5, 7.
to the farthest node.
So basically it's a maximum um it's the longest path from the
Mm-hmm.
node to the one of the leaf
Yes,
node. Okay.
yes.
And you want the sorry, Okay, so so from the new root node, we need to go all the way from it to the leaf, when it reaches one of the leaf nodes, and we want it to explore as far as it could explore. So I think um depth first search here would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have a DFS function, and we pass in a node, and the return value would be the maximum. Hmm, okay. I think we can have a DFS function, and that has a parameter of a node, and we can explore as far as we could, and we can have like a variable that keeps track of the maximum depth that we seen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, the DFS function will return the the length, I mean the depth of that path.
Mm-hmm.
And since we doing DFS, we would visit each node once, and there are if it's n nodes, then the time complexity of the DFS would be O of n.
Mm-hmm.
Is that is it good enough?
Yes, 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 it's good. Yeah, so could you start implementing that approach?
Okay. So let's say we have so this is represented as a tree, and each tree has nodes, and in binary tree, each node has value, um, their left children and right children. So we currently don't have the class node yet. So do you want me to implement the class also, or
I can give you the class tree node. Let me paste into the.
okay, I see it.
Mhm. So your methods would be like bring the maximum depth, so I can divide the method here. Next, yes. And you're given a tree node, I would say group. We don't need to check.
and just return the maximum depth. Okay. One, two. So the depth is the number of nodes in the path from the root to the leaf. And what's the base case here? The base case would be when we encounter um, a null. So this be the base case to stop the DFS recursion. Um, so if so in this function we want to return the hmm, okay. So this function we want to return the number of nodes, the path. So if the node is null, and we can return 0 and can go to and we can explore to the left of that node, which is the right left, and to the right too. Each time, if the node is not null and we have to add 1 into it, um, so we can have like a variable count 0, and we have to add the results of the left and the right subtree. No, I don't. No, not adding, but we need to find the maximum.
Mm.
So would be we're not adding both the results from this two subtree, but we want to add the maximum that we find from the subtree. And we want to return it. So root left. We haven't added 1 to count. One. So this should not be 0, but it should be 1 because we start from the node.
Mhm.
And if it's not, if the node is null and we, if the node is null and we return 0, otherwise
Mhm.
we initialize the count as 1 because we count the node that we're gonna traverse from, and then we um increment the count with
Mhm.
the maximum between this left tree and subtree, and then we return that value.
Yes. And how about the DBS one? I think the DBS you mean bring max step.
Oh no, no. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Sorry. I thought this was TFS. So I think this could be just kind of in this function. The way I'm implementing it is kind of like the DFS function. So I'm just gonna change this variable to um in max step. Step one. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I think this should be fine.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I think it's the correct answers. Mhm. Okay, well done. I think you finished the second problem well. Yeah, so I think that the expected solution for the second problem. So you only need to do the DFF and get the max of the left subtree and the right subtree and plus one. Okay, let's go back to the first problem.
Okay.
Uh, okay, I think for the naive solution, like the proof for solutions, I think you start as checking if the substring is valid. Valid mean the substring have no repeating characters. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So um, okay. So for the proof for solutions, when you have like because currently you have I and J, and you know you need to check from I to check I to J's. Check if there is um repeating characters, and I think the simple ways we can check is we put everything into the set. For example, I saw you have sim, so I can reuse this here. So we have a set, and we want to look from K for K from I to J. Yeah, from I to J. I think we check from J minus one. Here we look from I to J. And if SK means sim, then we just drag and so we put it to the set. So you got the idea? You need to look from I to J. And we will check if the character at case in the scene set, or say the collection, if the character at K in the collection, so we just break there. Otherwise, we ask as the character SK into the scene and check the next one to see if there's that character repeated or any character repeated. At the end, we will check if the length of the scene equal the length of equal J minus I plus 1. This means like all the characters are unique and you update the max length with the max length with the length of scene of J minus I. Yeah, not plus 1 because we check from I to J minus 1. And at the end, you print the max length. Is it okay? Do you have any questions? I think this one, yeah, like after we check on the character in from I to J, we check the length of scene compared with J minus I.
And we update the maximum length. Okay.
Yes, and at the end, you return the max length. The max length just is empty. And have you heard about two pointers?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so the optimal solutions for this problem is two pointer. Okay, but my expectation that you can solve this problem with the proof of solutions. You can solve and implement it with proof of solution. Like if the candidate, they can think of like using the two pointer, this would be the good side. Otherwise, they need to be like they must be solved with the proof of solution. Okay, for the two pointer, let me show you the idea. So if you know the two pointers that we're gonna have one pointer, like we're gonna have two pointer. I can say left and right or I and J. I think left and right is more correct. Left and right. And firstly, left and right starting at the same point. And then if like I have a set, I can call it scene an empty set. So I starting moving the right pointer. And when I move the right pointer, no, firstly I add the character at left and right into the set. I add A. And when I move the right pointer to B, I add it into the set, A and B. And then I move to C. Add C into the set. And then the right move next to the fourth character, and it's A. Because A already in the set, that means the max length now should be R minus 1 minus left, because the maximum substring would be from the left to the right minus 1, because at the at the right pointer is the character A is already in the same set. So we cannot add that character into the set, right? So that
Yes.
means I say the substring from left to right minus one. So the correct calculation for the length would be right minus one minus left plus one. So I simplify it, right minus left. So this is the calculation for max length for the length. And then because right moved to the 4 characters, so I know we want to append the character A. But because it's repeated like A already in the scene, so I move left. When I move left, I just pop out the character A from the set. And
Oh,
when I pop out the character A, I am able to add the character A into the set. And just go on, just move the right pointer until I found like the current character at the right pointer already in the set. I just move the left pointer and pop out the character already in the set.
yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other questions for two problem?
No, that's it.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Then, thì chị nghĩ là chắc em sẽ cố gắng luyện thêm mấy bài về thuật toán rồi cứ móc tiếp, tại vì bây giờ hiện tại em cũng chưa có interview nào nên cũng không vấn đề cả, cứ cứ luyện thêm thôi.
Dạ. Thế
Ok.
chị cho em hỏi em thế trong cái lúc mà em trong cái process thì có những chỗ phần nào mà em communicate chưa ổn hả chị?
Chị
Hay
nghĩ
là
là phần communicate ok. Em biết là interview for example là Facebook nó sẽ có 4 key point. The first is the problem solving. The second one is the coding skill. The next one is communications, and the last one is verification. So là về communication thì chỉ là ok, kiểu là họ expect là hai interviewer and candidate có thể kiểu chẳng hạn như là em có một approach và làm sao để em deliver được cái approach tới interviewer
ừ,
là xong. Thì nhưng mà cái phần verification thì mình nên có thêm, chẳng hạn như là ờ, hỏi những câu hỏi. Thật ra cái first problem thì em làm cái verification ok, chẳng hạn như là the string can be empty or the longest length of the string. The second one thì em có thể hỏi là is the trees empty. Thì trong trường hợp empty thì return cái gì? Thật ra mấy câu đó cũng khá là obvious, nhưng mà họ cũng consider cái verification skill rồi.
dạ,
Nhưng mà về overall thì chị nghĩ là cái communication ok, chỉ cần improve hai cái đầu là problem solving và coding.
dạ vâng ạ.
Ừ. Ok.
Dạ vậy vâng. Thế chị cho em cảm ơn chị vì dành 45 phút hôm nay.
Ok.